Salutations, crustaceans! I'm Lobster, and today we are going to be taking another look at my G&L L-1000 CLF. Let's check it out. This is my G&L L-1000 CLF, and I reviewed this bass probably about a year ago. I rated it 5 out of 5 claws for its excellent construction and awesome tonal flexibility with the single MFD pickup and passive 2-band EQ. I guess it's not really an EQ as much as a bass cut and a treble cut using a series of capacitors and whatnot, but overall, this is one heck of a bass. Featuring a swamp ash body and a maple on maple neck, 34-inch scale with a 41.3mm nut width, and a very comfortable C shape. This bass absolutely delivers and is definitely a player's dream. I purchased this bass maybe around a year and a half ago through Fret Nation. Big shout out to Jason over at Fret Nation, gave me a great deal on this instrument, and I just absolutely adore this thing. For those who don't know, the G&L CLF line is a vintage-inspired line, almost a throwback, featuring the paddle headstocks and the front control plate versus having no control plate and a rear route. We also have OMG mode as part of our 3-way toggle switch for different pickup settings, giving us quite the boom. I believe the OMG mode adds a capacitor to one of the 2 banks of coils, cutting the treble on one and basically giving us a perceived bass boom in series. So the pickup is wired in series, but we are cutting the treble from half of the pickup. So there's like a 2-to-1 ratio of bass to treble, and it is quite noticeable and quite powerful. However, it is easily tamed with this passive circuit here. As I mentioned, it's rather simple. We have a master volume control and a bass cut and treble cut, allowing us to truly tailor this tone without the need for an active EQ or any sort of batteries. The bridge is G&L's famous high mass locking bridge, a very nice bridge, really cool looking bridge too. And just everything about this bass is absolutely killer. I love the paddle shaped headstock. The G&L tuners are lightweight enough where I don't really feel the need to replace them for the sake of balance. And overall, this is just such a good bass. I recently restrung this bass with a set of nickel SIT Foundation 45 to 105 strings, and this thing absolutely sings and roars now. I can't wait to show you guys. But first, let's go ahead and turn this bass around real quick. Around back, we see the beautiful swamp ash grain and the 6-screw neck attachment, nothing else. We also see the back of this quarter sawn maple neck, and the neck is a gloss finish all around. So those who are looking for a satin finish probably want to look elsewhere. However, I don't find this gloss to be sticky or cumbersome in any way. We also see the back of the headstock and the G&L in-house tuners as well. Very nice hardware overall. Now, how much does the G&L L-1000 weigh? My particular example comes in at 8.8 pounds, but weight can vary as the materials vary depending on the finish. I think the solid finish model options have like a poplar or a mahogany body, I forget exactly what it is, but the transparent finish options have the ash body, and that's what we have here. So overall, for an ash-bodied bass, 8.8 pounds or so is not too shabby at all. And how much does the G&L L-1000 cost? Well, that depends. These originally were selling for around $15.99, however prices have gone up, and I've seen them posted anywhere from around $17.99 to $19.99 new. I don't know exactly what the new cost is, but I'm going to say it's around $17.99, around $200 more than the launch price of $15.99. And I think this is a very nice alternative to what you get from like an American Fender. I mean, even Mexican Fenders are starting to approach this price point. I know that some of the signature models are around $1,400. Only a stone throws away from something like this, and I would definitely prefer this bass over a Mexican Fender or a USA Fender, my personal preference. Now I know you're all wondering, what does this bass sound like? You know what you need to do. Go ahead and pinch that like button so my hand will turn back to normal. Thanks. Yeah, this is an awesome bass. The MFD pickup is extraordinarily powerful, but you have these two cut controls, the bass cut and the treble cut, to kind of tame the tone and shape it and make sure it's not too overwhelming. We also have this three-way toggle switch for 3 different pickup modes. What you've heard thus far is the pickup in parallel. We also have single coil and OMG mode, which I discussed briefly. Keeping things in parallel, let's go ahead and take the controls down all the way, just to hear what things sound like at the extreme. So we have the bass and treble at full cut. Not too bad, but we can do better. So let's start playing with these controls a bit. Here is the bass cut at about 50% and the treble cut at full cut. Now let's take the bass cut all the way up, so we have no cut on the bass but full cut on the treble. This treble cut is essentially a tone knob as you traditionally know it. So it's essentially the tone all the way down. Here's what that sounds like with the pickup in parallel. So that is the bass cut control. Let's go ahead and bring the bass back all the way down to full cut and take the treble to about a 50% cut. So you still get a lot of tonal presence, but the low end is essentially removed. Now here is the treble fully open and the bass at full cut. Now with the bass at full cut and the treble all the way open, we can hear the differences in character that we get with this three-way toggle switch. So that was parallel. Here's single coil now. Back to parallel. Back to single coil. Now let's check out OMG mode with the bass at full cut and the treble all the way open. As I mentioned, OMG mode is running a capacitor, like we have in a tone knob, only through one of the coils, and the pickup is then in series as well. That gives us a perceived bass boost. But with the bass all the way cut, let's see if we can hear a difference in character. Here's parallel real quick. Here's OMG. Now because you have a capacitor running through one of the coils, you do get some single coil hum because they're loaded unevenly. However, it's not really that much of a deal breaker with a bass like this, and you can always run it in parallel at the end of the day if you're concerned about noise. You have the option there, but having the parallel, single coil, and OMG modes definitely gives you a load of tonal versatility. As you could hear with the 3 different modes and the treble all the way open, you hear the differences in character. Parallel is much more round and I guess like almost like a P bass. Single coil has a lot more sizzle to it and a lot more high-end clarity. And then OMG mode is almost like a weird middle ground with a lot more presence overall. OMG mode almost delivers the single coil high-end sizzle, but the fatness of the parallel, but with a bit more oomph there because it's in series. It's a very interesting mode overall. Now let's take the bass control back up all the way, so we have the treble and bass at full open. That was parallel. That is single coil. And that is OMG. You definitely hear that perceived bass boost, and it is a big kick. Now let's explore each of these modes in a little bit more detail, and let's stay with OMG mode. So with everything at full cut, OMG mode, here's what this sounds like. OMG mode with the bass control fully open is a very, very, very loud, very hot signal. So we are going to take the bass to about a 50% cut now. And then let's play with this treble control to kind of add some top-end sizzle. Here is the treble control all the way open and the bass at 50% cut. I like that a lot. You get the sizzle of the single coil, but just so much more body behind it with the added bass. Let's try this with a pick now. Very nice, very nice. Now I'm going to move over to single coil mode and bring everything back down all the way, and we'll start building the sound up. Let's add some bass now. Let's bring the bass to about 50%, see if that's enough. Let's add a little bit more bass now. Let's bring it to about 75%. Now let's sprinkle in some treble. I'm going to bring that to about 50%. And let's, take the treble back a little bit, maybe to about 25%. Very cool, very cool. With the pickup in single coil mode and this current configuration, let's give her a little slap. Now let's move over to parallel. I'm going to bring everything back down all the way and we will start building our tone up. I'm going to start with the treble first. So here's the treble all the way open with the bass at full cut. that sounds great, but it could use a little bit more low end. Let's bring our bass up to around a 50% cut, leaving the treble all the way open. So here are my final thoughts on my G&L L-1000 CLF. If you want to see my full review on this, that'll be linked in the description below, but if you haven't already noticed, I love this bass. I absolutely love it. It's just layout, its mojo, its tone, its thunderous tone from this MFD pickup is just absolutely stellar. These are such great instruments to have. It's like, people say, you know, a P-bass on steroids when describing essentially another P-bass. This is an actual P-bass on steroids because you have the pickup position here that gives you a P-bassy tone, but you can take it in so many different directions with this special tone control as well as the 3-way toggle switch. And rumor has it there may be a 5-string bass of this version coming based on some pictures that we've seen on, I think it was like their Instagram or something. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more CLF models coming in the future, including a 5er of this. And we all saw my unboxing of my big chonks, which I will be doing a full review on in the near future. But for now, this has been my revisit of my G&L L-1000 CLF, the Wunkay. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, subscribe, join our Discord channel, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about my G&L L-1000 CLF. And as always, until we groove again,